Good afternoon, residents of Lakewood. Just wanted to give you an update exactly where things are holding here in Town Hall with regard to preparations of Hurricane Sandy. Committeeman Lichtenstein, who is the liaison to Office of Emergency Management, as well as the liaison to all offices of emergency management here in Lakewood, emergency services such as fire, police, EMS, and first aid. At this point, we had a meeting, 12 noon, which was held in Town Hall with the department heads of every department here in Lakewood, such as we had the chief of police for the police department, the fire chief, EMS, we had Chaverim, LCSW, Chesed of Lakewood, Bikur Cholim, and other organizations, Hatzalah, all there together, Department of Public Works, all there together to discuss preparations for the upcoming Hurricane Sandy. As you may know, different departments in Lakewood are under liaisonships with different members of the Township Committee, but Emergency Services falls under Mayor Lichtenstein. He put a fabulous job together, putting this meeting together. First and foremost, I just want to give you a couple of different insights of what's been going on through Department of Public Works. In anticipation of the storm, with a lot of rainfall and heavy waterfall, they've immediately set out to lowering the lake. Lowering the lake entails opening the floodgates to allow the water to drain. The lake has gone down a good solid 2 feet, if not more, to allow for the influx of rain as well as storm drain water coming into the lake. So hopefully we won't have any flooding from the lake. With regard to around town, Department of Public Works has been driving around clearing drains to allow for water to get into them. Now, it's just important to understand that when drains overflow, they're not necessarily overflowing because they're stuffed. They overflow because they reach the maximum capacity, which is why all new developments being built, we make sure they do their own retention basins, because Lakewood as a whole was never built to allow for the capacity of the amount of building that has gone on in Lakewood. So again, we try our hardest to make sure that drains are clean, but if there's overflow, the overflow may not necessarily be from anything blocking the drain, but rather be from the overflow of capacity. That's regard to the lake and drainage. With regard to garbage pickup, Monday morning will be regular garbage pickup around town. So again, if you have a Monday morning, if you're in Zone 1, your garbage pickup will be regular time. That's Route 9 east and north of the lake. That's the 14th Street area, Forest Avenue area, all that whole entire area will all be garbage pickup regular on Monday morning. Tuesday, there will be no garbage pickup. If your date is Tuesday, and Tuesday is Zone 2, which is Route 9 Route 9 West, and the northwest end of Lakewood. Again, Route 9 West, north of the lake, that area will not have garbage pickup Tuesday. Your garbage pickup will be Wednesday. That's why your pail doesn't have to be out there and turn into a missile. So, for those that are living in the Park Avenue area, and the Rain Tree area, etc., your garbage pickup will be Wednesday. We all know it's important, I'm sure you've heard this by now, buy yourself bottled water in case water purification systems go down, and they tell you do not drink the tap water, you'll have bottled water, so make sure to go out there and buy plenty of bottled water. I would also recommend going out today, filling up your gas tank, top it off, in case you need to evacuate for whatever the reason is. This way you'll make sure you have enough gas fuel in your car. With regard to power outages, the joke out there right now is Westgate has already been calling JCP&L since yesterday to make sure they're first on the list for repairs. But all kidding aside, we've spoken to JCP&L to let them understand what Lakewood's about, and we have young children here, many residents, and especially with the constant power outages that have been going on in Westgate, to make sure we're on top of the situation. Mayor Lichtenstein, again, from emergency management, has gone down specifically to this dispatch center of JCP&L to witness firsthand what will take place over there, and to also garner contact information for those he needs to be in touch with during the storm. Mayor Lichtenstein's office number is 942-3144 in case you need to reach him with regard to that. Also, when power goes out, thankfully right now we're not in the heat of the summer or the frigid cold of the winter, so heat is not a big deal and air conditioning is not a big deal. However, those that live in basement apartments, I understand, is a big issue with regard to flooding. If the power goes out, what do you do with your sump pump? I want to introduce to you a nifty idea for a few dollars that will really help you out. This is called a power inverter. A power inverter plugs into the cigarette lighter plug of your car, and then you're able to plug your sump pump into the other end, which is electric. This end over here, you have your electric outlet with your plug, which goes on with your switch that goes on and off. You take your sump pump and plug it right in to the power inverter, and this end goes directly into your cigarette lighter plug. In essence, you're turning your car into a generator for during the time when the power is out. Now, it's important to note There's different wattages that you could buy this in. You might be tempted to buy a real cheap one, but that's low wattage. You want to get a high wattage to be able to run your sump pump. Also, don't be tempted to buy this. This is great. This is a small, nifty little power inverter, which cost about $20. And this item is great. Again, plugs into the cigarette lighter plug and has the electric outlet on this end for you to plug in your. This is great for a laptop charger or cigarette or cell phone plug. And again, this plugs into the cigarette lighter, but this will not be able to power up any high power object. It will just blow the fuse. So again, if you have a sump pump in your basement and you're concerned you might lose power, get one of these. It'll look something like this with the box and the cord. And make sure it's rated. Look on your sump pump, see how many watts and amps the pump is, and make sure you buy ample amount of wattage. You will see on it, it may say 700 watts, and then it might say 800 watts peak power. Peak power, it cannot run on peak power, but in case there's a surge, it can go up to that high. Make sure that you buy one of these that is ample power to supply you for your sump pump or fish tank or other item which you may want to run from time to time during the storm if you do lose power. Last but not least, I want to thank the residents in previous storms who have always been there to helping each other out, and neighbors who have come to each other's aid. And I want to extend that as well in this storm, that we should all be there for each other. Should a neighbor need bottled water or assistance with a generator or whatever it may be that you have extra and the neighbor may need, let's be there for each other. Let's pull together, bond during this time of storm. And as Mayor Lichtenstein said during the storm, during the meeting which we just had right now, hopefully the storm will not be a big deal, and hopefully it will just be a tabletop exercise and a tabletop drill of what will take place during the storm. I do want to end off with an appreciation to the rest of the Township Committee, Ray Coles, Stephen Langert, and Isaac Ackerman, for standing by together. Some of you may ask, why were they all not together at the meeting? There is a law called the Sunshine Law that an unadvertised meeting cannot have more than 2 committee members. I was there as the mayor. Mayor Lichtenstein was there as Office of Emergency Management. However, please keep in mind, we were all here together in solidarity during this storm.